back to another video lecture from social studies. So today we're going to start off with a video of Scarlett Johansson from the 2021 Black Panther. I apologize for the music, that was for copyright. Right, so was that AI generated or real? That was actually AI generated. That was not unused footage at all. That was generated by an artificial intelligence app. If you want to watch the video, here is the link to the YouTube source. Right, and as we're going through today's lecture, I want you to think about, are the actors on screen human? Which leads us to today's lecture topic, the 2023 Hollywood strikes and artificial intelligence. We're going to be talking about alienation and digital democracy today. Right, so who was on strike? The Writers Guild of America and Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. 2023 saw a coordinated strike effort in Hollywood by different unions, but here are the two we're going to be talking about today. First off, why strike? So you have your bread and butter, your normal issues, which are increased pay and improved working conditions. But these strikes are special because it's the first time that we saw generative AI, or rather just artificial intelligence, be a main topic in a labor dispute. So here is a testimony by SAG-AFTRA's National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator. You can read it on screen. Right, now we're going to be moving into the course concepts. First, we have alienation, which is proposed by Marx. And alienation suggests separation, distance, and disconnection and estrangement. You can read the quote here by Berger, whose reading we discussed in class recently. Right, so applying it to these strikes. So we have workers from their own labor. This is what Berger talked about in the reading. So for WGA members, there's fear of AI replacing scriptwriters because AI can generate a script. Similar to SAG-AFTRA members who fear that they will not be employed if studios can use AI to replicate their face, their body, their visuals, and even their voice. Now we're gonna flip the script and actually talk about the viewers. So we have alienation between the viewers from actors on screen. So if a viewer is watching a piece of media and they're wondering, is this a real person or is this AI generated? There's always gonna be that doubt in their head, even if they know or they think they know. Viewers from behind the scene contributors. Most viewers don't think about the makeup artists, the set designers, the music composers, the directors, the producers, or any of the behind the scenes contributors to a piece of media. But if AI comes for their jobs as well, then the content, or rather the product that is produced, will not be exactly the same as humans. And so there's going to be that disconnect from the viewers. We're not going to really be sure why. And then finally, viewers from themselves. So this is really classic. This is what Berger talked about. This is what Marx said. The worker will come home from a long day of work, watch TV to distract himself, see a commercial on TV, think, oh, I have to buy this product because it will improve my life. It won't. The worker will go back to work because they need the money, and the cycle just repeats. Really will distract the worker. The media will distract the worker from class consciousness. And in this case, a lot of media produced from Hollywood pushes capitalist values and lifestyles. So we're going to see that cycle repeat. And then we have alienation from what makes us human. So if a piece of media is produced by AI, is that art? Is it art without human effort and creativity? I don't know. Think about that. Right, we have implications here. So AI will always disproportionately harm marginalized groups, and they will harm those groups first. So in this case, AI, if it were to replace writers and actors, it will go after marginalized ones first. AI will reproduce harmful stereotypes. Just thinking about what is most of the content from Hollywood since its beginning, right? AI will not be able to create authentic stories or performances. Similarly, if this is applicable for any human being, AI has not lived our life, and it won't have the experiences to tell such nuanced stories. Right, now we're gonna move into digital democracy. I'll let you read the quote there, but digital democracy, which we discussed by Fuchs, is based on Haberman's definition of the public sphere. So again, it's very difficult to have a digital democracy when you don't have a public sphere. And it's Fuchs talks about that in relation to social media platforms. And it was actually very interesting because during the strike, we saw, you know, we saw elements of digital democracy. You know, you can read the quote right here, but the writers were able to unite the unions, the public, and the media against the studios to really find success in the strike. But again, you have to wonder, what would true digital democracy look like? Because you have to think about it. Social media platforms are not true public spheres. You have elements, you have aspects like algorithms, for lack of a better word, censorship, character limits, etc., where you can't have true debates. Okay, implications. An increasing emphasis on the digital sphere and a decreasing emphasis on in-person participation. If we're thinking so much about about democracy and our world now, but just when it relates to the internet or on social media, we're forgetting that the world is right there in front of us when we go out into the world and talk to people, right? And also, if artificial intelligence shapes the worldview through media, in what ways? Does it enable or stifle democratic participation, whether that be in person or online? And then here are the limitations to the two critiques we analyzed the strikes through. How do the individual identities and experiences of union members influence their experience in Hollywood and their stakes in the strikes? So we didn't really think about women. We didn't really think about LGBTQ plus folks. Racial minorities, class consciousness, right? So you definitely could analyze the strikes through these lenses if you were to kind of sidestep with the two critiques we brought up earlier, but they're not the mainstream understanding of those two critiques. And finally, we have big picture. So AI in the future, this is a quote by Brookings Institute. And to summarize, how AI will be used in the future is up to us, the consumer. Here are my sources. The top 4 are articles. The bottom 2 are our 2 readings in class if you want to check them out again. And thank you very much for listening to my video lecture. I hope you enjoyed and you found it really interesting. Bye.